Alright, hello everybody. My name is Dalton Rellinger, and welcome back to Sailwind. In the previous episode, we started off the adventure with a simple sail, or simple journey from uh, Siren's Call? Siren something or other. What the heck is the name of that town? Siren Song. To Fort Aestrin, which is where we're at right now. Um, In this episode, I think we're going to try doing something. Is that new? I don't recall, like, ever seeing these birds. I guess I just never really bothered to look up at the sky. It kind of reminds me of Death Mountain from Legend of Zelda, like in the way the birds are just circling around the mountain like that. That's kind of cool. Anyway, I actually needed to check and see which direction the wind was blowing. It's blowing northward, at least, so there's that much. We're going to take a journey up to Eastwind, up here, which is kind of ironic, because it's not to the east, it's to the west. But, hey, what can you do? It's going to be green tobacco for 124 Aestrin crowns, and it's only going to weigh 16.2 pounds, so let's go ahead and take that. And I could maybe make a quick stop at Siren Song. Maybe? You definitely want to be careful with items like copper or iron because they weigh an absolute crap ton. I'm looking for like the best. That might be the most we really get. Another journey up to Eastwind. Yeah. Yeah, that looks to be the most I'm going to be able to get. So, was that? I swear it was more than that, though. Back up. There we go. All right. So let's go ahead and load these things up into the ship. And these things you don't have to worry too much about because they're very small. They're lightweight. And the sun is coming out. I might see if I can buy any more supplies before we take off. And these things aren't due until quite a ways into the future, so we've got 4 days to deliver these things. I do kind of wish there was a way to carry more than just one item at a time. That'd help out quite a bit, but this game is still, early development and yada yada yada, so can't really expect too much out of it. Yeah, I should probably definitely wait until the shop's open so I can buy some more bottles of water and probably some more food supplies, because I don't really have that much more. I've got these 2 slices of cheese and that's it. I should probably get some more food while I'm here. So I will see you guys in a moment. I'm just going to wait off screen. Alright, the shops have opened up again, and someone in the comment section did tell me that it's probably worth just selling the map, because it's worth 128. Jeez, I'm definitely selling it in that case. If you're brand new to the game, I recommend just kind of holding on to it so you can kind of study it a little bit. It's not going to be mandatory for you to have it all the time, but I'll show you why. Because every mission that you get this free chart that kind of shows you where you need to go. And it'll do that for every single mission. So, trout. Trout, trout. All they have is trout. Is there anywhere else that has food? It might be worth actually looking into another barrel of water, just so I've got plenty of supplies. And would you like to have your bottle back, please? For, you know, 1 gold, but whatever. Oh man, there's so many things that I could technically do with. Oh, here we go. What's this? North fish. Is North fish any good? Sausage. I believe you would probably have to cook these, and I don't have a way of cooking them, so I'm just going to go and get something over here from the market. Well, this area of the market, I guess I should say. It's technically all the market, but, you know. Grain. I need to look into what the best trade routes are, because there are certain goods that you can buy for cheap in one area, then sell them like really expensively in another area. So, okay, you know what? Just so I at least have something, I'm gonna take this. And where do I want to put the food supplies? Probably back here would be a wise idea. I also bought a broom. I'll show you what the broom does at a later date, whenever it becomes relevant. You can basically just clean the hall with a broom. Okay, how much do I have left over? I have 80 again. Do I bother getting another barrel of water? No, but I will go ahead and top up my supplies with cheese. And let's get a move on, because we do have a strong wind in our favor, kind of in our favor. And I'd like to take advantage of that as quickly as possible, so let us depart to Eastwind. Eastwind is kind of a very weird island to sail to. It's very big, but you're not gonna spot it unless you know exactly what you're looking for. I've sailed there a couple of times myself, but I haven't really gone there very much. So let's also pull this thing back in this direction, so it catches as much wind as possible. Okay, yeah, and you see how badly we're listing to one side? You really don't want that. Okay, and I'm also going to go ahead and I really don't need that much water. I thought I was a bit lower than that. Oh well, whatever. So I've got plenty of food. Got plenty of water, and we should be heading in vaguely the right direction. Give me the compass. Thank you. Yeah, we really want to be heading more in a that way-ish sort of direction, so... This really isn't doing me any good, is it? I could technically turn the sail, but the wind is blowing in a direction I don't think it'd really do me much good. So, I'm just going to leave the ship like this for now. Might actually kind of bring that out just a smidge. No. It's not really helping me at all. I need this in pretty much this entire direction here. Okay, so we're on the open sea, and I'm going to try putting these a bit more over here. Try and counter the weight a little bit. And your own character does have weight, by the way. I don't know if you've noticed that or not. Let me show you here in a second. So, pay attention to the list of the ship, right? It's kind of hard to tell. There is list. It's a bit easier to tell whenever you've got heavier loads and whatnot, but well, whatever. I think I'm going to go ahead and put everything over on this side. Because the wind is blowing from that direction. Which means I want pretty much everything to be over on this side so the wind doesn't tip us over. Which is very capable of happening. Okay, so vaguely the right direction. You'll be able to spot islands from quite a ways off, so even at night, the ports and harbors are very well lit, so you'll be able to see the island from a pretty good distance even at night. So I will see you guys whenever we have made some headway. Okay, the wind is blowing pretty much straight against us right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn a bit more westward. The wind is going to be blowing pretty much straight at us right now, but we'll be able to make some decent headway if we get the wind blowing directly into the sail. We'll just need to be a bit more mindful of where the heck we're going. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll loosen this. There's also a very easy way to tell if we are moving or not. You basically just have to look at the water behind you. You'll kind of leave a bit of a wake. There we go. This is what I'm looking for. The wind isn't blowing as much towards me or like alongside me as much as I was hoping it would, but you gotta take what you can get sometimes, I guess. Bare minimum, we are moving, albeit extremely slowly, but we are moving. If we get lucky, there will be a wind change at some point. We can take advantage of that. This really is not the way that I would like to be going, though. I was expecting the wind to kind of be blowing like more that way-ish. Instead, it's like blowing that way-ish. Maybe I was just better off in the same direction I was going before. As weird as it sounds, I think I was better off. So let's go ahead and we'll just kind of raise this up so The wind doesn't slow me down when I'm trying to turn. Okay. Your ship does have momentum. You can turn... So long as you've got momentum, you can turn without the sails down. And if your ship comes to a dead stop, you basically just need to have it face the wind and have it just kind of push you backwards. It looks like we did kind of come to a complete stop here. Okay, well in that case, I get to showcase this. Yeah, see, here we go. The wind is going to start pushing us backwards. Okay, and now let's get this thing ready. Okay. Release this. And bring this thing down. Yeah, now this is a bit more of what I was wanting. We're pretty much heading like directly for Siren Song at this point, but at least we're making some forward progress. Okay, well, the sun is starting to go down on the first day. I've slept to advance time a little bit. Fortunately, the wind is still blowing in that direction. It's less than helpful, but not a lot you can do about it. I guess I really don't have much to lose if I do. Oh, actually, I don't want to do that. I would rather pull that, actually. Okay, and now I'll just let this thing drop down. And if the wind blowing the way it is, it should help out at least a little bit. Ideally, I would actually have to have you around there-ish. Oh yeah, that's really making us list over. Holy crap. Let's kind of pull it in a little bit. Yeah, there we go. That's a bit better. Fortunately, we were heading straight for Siren Song, so do some quick maneuvering, try and get us out of the way of danger as much as possible. Yeah, I don't know if your ship takes actual damage. Like, if you run along the rocks, I don't think your ship takes actual damage. In order for you to accidentally sink your ship, that's pretty much what it has to be, is an actual accident. Um, I could be wrong about that. Don't take that literally, but so far, based on my experience, I have had like nothing like punch a hole into the hull of the ship or anything. So that would be a nice feature, though. Like if you come across like an underwater reef or something, and it just like scrapes along the belly of the ship, you could have like a really long opening at the bottom of the ship, and you'd just be kind of screwed. It could be kind of an interesting thing. If the developer is watching this, I know he tries to keep up with anybody who's making content on this game. You might want to consider that, because I think, personally, that would be kind of an interesting thing. Present like a new challenge. Because even to this day, that's a very real danger for ships. Just coming across like a random reef out in the middle of the ocean somewhere. And eat one of these cheeses. And I will see you guys whenever something interesting comes along. Well, there's Siren Song. Right there. How's the wind doing, by the way? Not fantastically. Just let the sail kind of... move out here a little bit, and there is another ship right there. Holy crap. I'm glad I saw that, like, right in the corner of my eye. Holy crap. Would you like to watch where you're going? We almost collided with each other, you frickin' moron! Gah! Yeah, that is the exact same ship that you see at the very beginning of the game whenever you start up this your brand new game in this area for the first time. There are like AI ships that kind of travel around a little bit. They're not very common, but you will see them, and they will completely ruin your day, because they're just like any other game in existence, where it's basically like a 2-year-old trying to push against the tank, and them being the tank. So yeah, you kind of want to keep an eye out for these guys, and it's impossible to know whenever you're actually going to run into them. The sail has got some weird light flickering stuff going on, but it's actually only whenever you look at it from a certain angle. But this is also kind of another cool thing that you can kind of do to look out into the distance. Whenever you turn your head a certain way, if you look at the sides of the screen, you'll notice that anything in the distance just gets remarkably closer. So that's a good way of spotting islands whenever you're not sure where the heck you are. Speaking of which, do we see anything out in this direction? I think I'm going too far north, honestly. I should probably start looking at going a bit more west at some point. Unfortunately, that's the direction the wind is blowing from, because of course it freaking is. Okay, well, we're leaving Siren Song well behind us, which means we really need to start turning a bit more to the west. In this case, we probably need to turn aggressively to the west, but again, that's the direction the wind is blowing from, so probably best to just keep heading north as much as possible, and then turn back south whenever we can get a favorable wind. That's if the wind doesn't change direction at some point. So, that's kind of the frustrating thing about this game, but also kind of the interesting thing, because the wind is like solidly, you know, it's just like real life. The wind is completely out of your control. There's nothing you can do about it. It can be extremely annoying, and it can be extremely frustrating, but at the same time, it also adds a bit of a challenge to it, which that's kind of what you want in a game, in my opinion. Is you don't want the game to be too easy. It's kind of like the ending of Grand Theft Auto, right? After you complete the missions, there's nothing else to do, so you just go around like slaughtering everybody, and after a while, it gets extremely boring. Not the exact same situation, of course, but it's something very similar. Like at the end of Grand Theft Auto 5, for example, you can have all the money in the world, and after you've bought like all the vehicles, you've bought all the guns, you've bought all the cars, and done all the business stuff and whatnot, there's nothing else to do. There's nothing else to do. Aside from just like going on and being like a raging terrorist or something. So, at least in this game, the wind is going to be your constant adversary. The wind is always going to be your kryptonite in a way. And the sun has finally risen. Kind of. It's over there, like first thing in the morning. The wind is still blowing in the exact same direction. Oh, did I just see? I thought I saw like something kind of jutting up out of the water in the corner of my eye there for a second. I guess I just imagined it. Because I'm not seeing anything at the moment. Okay, so we still have 3 days to deliver these goods, so there's nothing to worry about, at least not yet. There is something calming about this, though, just being out on the open ocean. There's no, like, aquatic life or anything like that yet, and you can kind of jump down and go down to the bottom of the ocean if you really want. It could make for some interesting screenshots for anybody who's, like, a content creator or something, because, like, take a look at this. It's kind of a cool shot. But, yeah, and you do swim faster than your actual ship, especially if you jump up. You can kind of pretend to be like a dolphin or something, leading your ship to wherever it needs to go. But yeah, I will see you guys whenever we finally spot the island, because I think you guys have seen enough of the sailing part at least. But you know, do let me know how much of these journeys you guys want to see. Do you want to see the entire thing, or do you want to see just like the interesting parts? It's kind of like what I'm doing now. I'm just highlighting what's going on throughout the journey. I'm fine either way. Just let me know. The ocean is starting to get a bit of an attitude with me all of a sudden. The further we get away from the archipelagos, and this does happen, the further you get away from like any kind of land, the waves will start becoming a little bit more choppy until you get out into like open ocean. In which case, yeah, then the waves just become, they might as well be mountains. Like, the waves in this game can be absolutely terrifying, especially if you go for the Al Anka start. My god, I remember whenever I first went out to Oasis at night, and the waves were just ridiculous. This game will eventually have VR support, and I do plan on doing this game in VR whenever it becomes available, because that just seems like absolute madness, and I'm all for it. But my VR headset, the Oculus Rift S that I had, yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. The waves start becoming massive. This one is like tiny. This is like a little tiny ripple compared to what they can become. But give it proper time and like get into like an actual gale force wind, you'll start seeing some monster waves, and it can be very interesting, especially if you get into a storm. Like, storms will throw this boat around like it's nobody's business. Okay, the wind is starting to kind of worry me a little bit, so... The wind is blowing more like a that way sort of direction, so I could probably start turning a bit further south. Or like straight west and be relatively fine. So that's what I think I'm gonna do. It'd probably be better to be like heading into these waves head on anyway, because these waves can flip us over quite easily. In fact, it's really not recommended that you take this particular vessel out into the open ocean, because this thing likes to, because of this whole superstructure up here, this thing is very top heavy, and it will be just thrown around like a rag doll. So, we're almost heading directly west. Like, I want to head a little bit to the south. Yeah, there we go. That should be good enough. We should be able to see the island. From a distance, at least. Turn a little bit too far south. The bare minimum, we're heading into these waves head on, bow first, so there's not as much as a risk as we're gonna like flip over or something. So there is that much. And the waves really, they can throw you off course quite easily, so that's something you want to be kind of cautious of. Okay, but I will see you guys at some point whenever we finally see the island in the distance. Wait a minute. Hang on. Did I can climb up this rope. No! There's, unfortunately, like an invisible wall up here at some point, which is not very fun. The developer kind of needs to remove that, in my opinion. Yeah, darn it. If I could climb up here, I could get like a better vantage point of where the heck I'm going, but... I guess it is not to be. Let's try leaving the rudder kind of facing into the waves a little bit here. That way the waves don't knock us completely off course. You know, Crow's Nest would be a very welcome addition to the game. I've got to say, Crow's Nest would be a very, very welcome addition to the game indeed. That way you can actually see what the heck is going on. But I'll settle for this for now. But developer, if you're watching, Crow's Nest would be something to consider putting into the game. They would help out quite a lot. Ah, the room has become relevant. If you pay attention to the floor there. Yeah, this is what the broom's for. It's meant for just bare minimum, kind of giving you something to do while you're out at sea, because over time your ship will kind of get dirty. So this is... I don't think it really serves much purpose, at least not yet. I don't know if it, like, damages the ship or anything. It's really just more of, like, a... cleanliness and tidiness kind of thing. So if you're really just kind of bored and you want to find something to do, this is something you can do. It's not something you have to do, but it does give you something to do at bare minimum. So, and it's not just the inside of the ship, it's also the outside of the ship as well. So whenever you go into port, you can, like, clean up a ship if you want to. So that's what the broom does. I at least got a chance to show that off. It's about to be night of the second day, and I still haven't spotted this thing. This island is very weird, because whenever you get up close to it, the thing is absolutely massive. Like, you should be able to see it from where we are right now, but for some reason, you just can't. It's kind of like an obstacle, an illusion of some kind. Optical illusion. The thing that's usually worked for me before is I would see the lights of port during the night at some point. Okay, and it looks like the wind is with us now. Let's try turning further to the west. Unfortunately, you kind of got to take the map with like a grain of salt, because it doesn't show you exactly where the islands are. You've kind of got to just head for the best educated guess you've got. So, let's go ahead and... release this thing. Start getting some speed under us. And just kind of keep an eye on the horizon for any land that's jutting out from the ocean. Yeah, that's a little aggressive still. Yeah, a bit more like that. There we go. Alright, well, I will see you guys in a bit. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. Oh, the weather's starting to get really crappy. Oh, boy. Still no sign of the island, by the way. I have no idea where the heck this stupid thing is. As big as it is, we should be able to see it by now, but, yeah, this island is eluding me quite successfully, and it is starting to rain, which is not a good thing. Oh boy. Yeah, that siren song way out there in the distance, by the way. Wait, what is that? That was just a star constellation. Never mind. Man, where the heck is this stupid island? We will find this thing eventually. Still got 3 days left, so it's not quite midnight yet. It would help a lot if the wind would start blowing in a different direction. I guess I'm going vaguely west. No, watch, it's actually a lot further north. That'd be just my luck. Woo. This was supposed to be an easy voyage, but this has become anything but an easy voyage. It doesn't help that my monitor is just kind of like shining like directly back into my eyes either. My secondary monitor, I mean. We will find this island eventually. And oh, there is the actual storm itself. Yeah, see, look at these waves. They're absolutely monstrous. Compared to what they were earlier in the day, anyway. Getting into some really rough seas now. And these are still small. These are still tiny waves compared to what they can be. Good Lord. Where the heck is this stupid island? Oh, good grief. Maybe I'll end up the protagonist of like every shipwreck story ever. The storm just happens to blow me in the direction I need to go. This is sketchy. I should have seen it by now, right? Or is the island further out? I've only been out here like a couple of times. It's very frustrating. And the good grief. Oh boy. Holy crap. This is kind of scary. Oh, that was nasty. Sooner or later, this island will reveal itself, I swear. It's probably hidden in the storm. It'd be just my luck. That storm is heading like right for me, too. You know, as crazy as it sounds, I'm actually going to stop the ship. Because I feel like I've gotten too far off course at some point, and I would like it to be daytime so I can see what the heck I'm doing. And oh, good grief, that storm. It's gonna hit us, but I think we should be fine. Oh dear. Just sleep through it. That solves everything, right? Just sleep through it. If there's like a natural, if there's some kind of pending danger, just sleep through it. You'll wake up perfectly fine. If there's a tornado coming through, just sleep through it. Nothing will happen. Just sleep through any natural disaster. Just earthquake, sleep through it. Tsunami, sleep through it. So, yeah, we survived the night. That's the storm over there. Unfortunately, visibility is basically zero. Woo! Yeah, these are kind of the waves that I've been talking about. Massive, just absolutely massive waves. That's Siren Song. I think the storm pushed me further east. We've still got 2 days to deliver this. The wind is blowing... What direction is that? Is that to the east again? No, that is like blowing straight north pretty much. Well, at bare minimum, it'll start moving again. This island is proving very difficult to get to. Oh, okay, that was almost bad. Oh, that was almost really bad. Let's not do that. We almost met our end right there. Have I just not gone far enough north? Is that the problem? Well, the storm is finally dissipating. There's that at least. That Siren Song, it's still at least in the distance. I feel like I've really gone too far. Whoa. Unfortunately, there's just no real way of knowing. Okay, where am I? The game just crashed on me out of nowhere. I have no idea where the heck I am. Boy. Should I try heading back south? might be the wiser plan. There's just no way of knowing. Yeah, Siren Song is way back there. I feel like I really overshot this. I can't see anything on the side of the screen either. Of course, these waves that are like 300 feet tall don't really help either, so... I guess I'm going to try heading back south and hope for the best. Right, so apparently I picked like the absolute worst island in the game because I did some digging around on the internet and found this island we're trying to get to has a bit of a reputation for being an absolute pain in the ass, and I can definitely see why. Well, I am running out of time for this video. It is almost 9:20. I need to start getting ready for bed, so this voyage will have to be considered incomplete for now. At the beginning of next video, I probably will see you either at Eastwind, or I'll just say screw it and recover the ship. We don't really have much to lose here. I don't really have that much reputation. So, yeah, it's kind of a dud. It sucks. But I guess what can you do? This island, I don't know why it's being so freaking elusive. Hey, and the island is absolutely massive. Like, if you were to actually look at it... Okay, there for a minute, I thought that was it. No, that's Siren Song again. I can see Fort Aestrin in the distance in the haze. If I can see Fort Aestrin, then why can I not see this stupid other island? It's weird. It's absolutely bizarre. But anyway, I will see you guys next time. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, leave a comment, and if you have any tips on how to get to this island, like, feel free to share them, because this island is... I've been to it a couple of times, and every time it has been an absolute doozy to find, so... I was hoping it wouldn't be the case this time. I was hoping I just got unlucky in the past, but no, this island has a heck of a reputation, it seems, so... Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.